If you're going to treat yourself properly, which you should, you have to treat yourself as an iterated process across time properly.
The greatest thing that you can do for yourself is be proud of your daily effort.
We've been taught how to serve others, sometimes to the detriment of our own selves.
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and this channel is created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Jordan Peterson. Also, if you want to have more confidence and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
If you're going to speak effectively, you have to know way more than you're talking about. One of the things that distinguishes my work, say, from the work of someone like Ayn Rand, is that I make the case continually that there's no such thing as atomized individuality. And so, for example, if you're going to treat yourself properly, which you should, you have to treat yourself as an iterated process across time properly. So you today, you tomorrow, you next week, you next month, you when you're old. You're already a community if you're going to treat yourself properly. And if you treat yourself properly, you're going to take into account your family, and you're also going to take into account your community, all simultaneously. But the right place to start is with the things that are within your local control, and there's some humility in that. It certainly has nothing to do with instantaneous self-gratification or selfishness.
The greatest thing that you can do for yourself is be proud of your daily effort. It's not about how many likes or views or praise you get. That stuff doesn't actually matter. It'll hit you and make you feel great for a second, and then it fades. The only thing that matters is when you're all alone, looking at yourself back in the mirror. Are you proud of the person that you are looking at? And for too many people, it's no. And I want to change that in this video. So I recently came back from Brendan Burchard's mastermind in Puerto Rico with some super high level people. About 25 of us sat around a table and masterminded for 3 days. And a lot of people I've profiled here on this channel. And I normally hate these kinds of events that are open, that are loose, that require just networking and talking to people, right? If there's a structure or if you need help, I love it. And just spend the next hour and a half mingling and talking to people. I hate it. Even the thought of it right now is making me cringe. I hate it so much. But when I got there, Brendan challenged me to say, make sure you ask for help. Make sure you don't just give, but that you leave here asking for help. And so that's always been a challenge for me. Networking events plus asking for help. We're hitting like both things that I historically have sucked at and I struggle with. And so I decided I'm going to be proud of my effort today. I'm going to go off and do it. I'm not going to go home. I'm not going to go back to my hotel room, right? The hotel room was super close. On that 2-hour break, 90-minute break, 3-hour break, I could have gone back to my hotel room and done some work. I had lots of logical reasons why I should go back and do work. Everything is behind because I'm not working. But really it'd be an excuse because I'm afraid of staying there, because I'm afraid of not being in an structured environment, because I'm afraid of just talking to people, because I'm afraid to ask for help. And so I decided I'm gonna play full out. I'm gonna maximize this time I've got here. I'm taking this time off of work because I need to develop the relationships. I need to get the help that I need to get, and I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna be proud of my effort. Even if I fail, even if I suck, even if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna be proud of my effort. And it wasn't the most amazing result, right? It was awkward. I was standing around and trying to join people's conversations. It was super awkward and cringeworthy, but I was proud that I did it. I was proud that I tried. I can look at myself in the mirror and said, I did that. I tried my best. Pat on the back. I'm amazing. For other people who are there too, they're naturally extrovert. They don't understand what it is to be introvert, to be shy, to join in on conversations, to not ask for help, and how hard that can be. So for them, it was easy to just start conversations and introduce themselves. For me, it was really difficult. But self-worth, self-love, self-pride comes from doing difficult things that you don't think you're capable of. And so I was really proud of my effort for doing it. And if you did the same thing, it's something I still try to do every day, to be proud of my effort. In making this video, I want to be proud of my effort, that I tried my best to make the best possible video yet. You may not achieve it, it may not happen, but if every day you woke up and you try to do the thing to make yourself proud, right? The effort, you're gonna create amazing, 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 amazing things. Where if you stay constrained by just what you know and what you're capable of and what you're good at, you never grow. You just stay inside your comfort zone forever and ultimately end up hating your life. So how can you do it? How do we make it practical? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that will help you. Step number 1 is ask yourself, what would you need to do today to be proud of yourself? And this is where it's highly personal, because what would make me proud of myself is very different than my wife, than you, than Jeff Bezos, than Jordan Peterson, than Steve Jobs and Oprah Winfrey, anybody, right? It's different. It's an inside game. What do you need to do today to make yourself proud of you? One thing that I had on my list for today was film with my cut. So I got this scab on my nose. You can't really see it as much anymore. I went for a swim and it actually came off a bit, but this morning it was this giant red scab. And immediately I'm thinking, man, I gotta make videos. I got this giant scab on my nose. This is embarrassing. And I'm gonna go make videos. Like, that's not a good enough reason not to make content. And I wanna be proud of myself for making the content. I made it when I had a broken neck. I made it when I had this giant scab on my forehead when I hit it against the wall. I've made videos without my voice. Like, I'll still make videos. I tie my pride to pushing through even though the odds are stacked against me, right? And so, great, I got this giant scab on my nose. I'm grateful that it went away a little bit, and I'm also upset that it went away a little bit because it's not as difficult to challenge anymore, right? When you have the chance to challenge yourself, and then if you back away, then that's the worst. Like, you're teaching yourself that you suck, that you came up against it and you didn't do it is the worst. But if it becomes a little bit easier, it's like, it's not as hard anymore. It's a little bit self-defeating, just a little bit, because you could have done something harder, right? The fact that the scab's not as big is a little self-defeating. I wanted the bigger challenge, right? Even though I was afraid of it, even though it made me self-conscious. That's for me, right? You ask yourself, what is the thing that you need to do today so that you're proud of your effort? Where other people, you might be listening to my scab story and say, that's stupid. You're proud of that? You're proud of getting in front of a camera and making a video just because you have some scab on your nose? Yeah, great. That's me. What's yours? Right? And nobody else can really judge it except you. You might put it down in the comments and other people say, oh, you're scared of that? Right? That's easy. Great. It's not easy for you. So write it down. What is the thing that you need to do today to be proud of your effort? If you got this thing done, if you tried this thing, you'd be proud of your effort. What is that thing? Step number 2 is tie your self-worth to the efforts, not the results. Too many of us, we focus on results. We're results focused. And it's great to be results focused. It's great to want to get an outcome for what you're doing. But you need to tie your self-worth not to the results, but to the effort that you put in. Because if you tie your self-worth just to the results, you'll only do things that you know you're going to get a result in. Therefore, you play small for life. You know you can get a result doing this, and so you just keep doing the same thing because you know you can get the result. But then you end up hating your life because you're never stepping outside your comfort zone. Stepping outside your comfort zone requires doing things that you don't know if you're going to get a result on. Does that make sense? If you want to grow, you want to push, you want to learn, you're going to do a whole bunch of stuff and make a whole bunch of mistakes and not get results most of the time. So if you tie your self-worth to just getting results, you're either going to feel like a total loser all the time because you're trying a whole bunch of new stuff, or you're only going to do the things that make you feel good that you know they're in your comfort zone, but then you hate your life because you're never growing. So you have to tie your self-worth to the effort. Did I put in my max effort today? And for some people, maybe that's just getting out of bed. When I had a concussion and I broke my neck, just getting out of bed, I remember the first night I couldn't get up out of bed myself. And for someone who, I'm independent, I love, my mobility and doing things for myself. The fact that at 2 or 3 in the morning, I had to wake up my wife to help me to go to the bathroom because I was worried that if I stood up, I might faint and pass out. That was terrible, right? And yes, she didn't mind, but just felt like didn't feel great about myself for that. But then the next day I got up and I was able to do it, right? And so for some people, just getting out of bed is enough. Just getting out of bed is enough of a reward to say, I got out of bed today, right? For most of you, just getting out of bed is not that difficult, and you shouldn't praise yourself for it. But tying your self-worth to the effort, to the effort, to the effort. Did you put out your max effort? Did you try? The video you record today might suck, but did you try to make it your best? And if you did, then learning to celebrate that and patting yourself on the back and say, I'm amazing because I put out my max effort today. And if every day I keep putting out my max effort on things, I'm gonna get better at it. I'm gonna become world-class at it, even if I am not right now. And then step number 3 is do it. You have to do it. If you've gone through step 1 and you've identified the thing that would make you feel proud of yourself, you have to do it. You're not allowed. This becomes the whole game. This is the mindset game. This is how you start winning everything. You are not allowed to come up with an idea like that of, if I did this, I would make myself proud, and then not do it. You can't reinforce that negative cycle. That's where most people live. They'll say, hey, if I did this, I'd be proud of it, and then they never do it because it's scary, because it's difficult, because it's hard, because they might fail, because they might get judged for it, and you never do it. You can't fall into that trap. You are not allowed to come up with an idea like that and then not act upon it, because you're gonna lose credibility with yourself. Because the next time you come up with an idea, what's gonna happen is your brain turns on and says, you're not gonna do that. Look at these 1,000 other times that you didn't do it. You've taught yourself that you come up with something and then you don't do it. You don't follow through. And that is dangerous, destructive, negative self-talk that has to be destroyed. So you came up with number 1, hopefully you did the exercise. What is the thing you need to do today to make yourself proud? You're gonna tie yourself forward to the effort, not the results of winning, and then you have to do it. You cannot let, the greatest thing is like right now, stop the video, and then right now go off and build momentum towards it. And then celebrate that. Even if it doesn't work out, because you tried your max effort. Don't let it go till tomorrow. Don't let it go till next week. Don't teach yourself that you suck. Don't teach yourself that you come up with ideas and don't take action. You have to unwire and then rewire your brain in ways that serve you. And this is how to do it. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that question of the day, I wanna know, what is the one thing that you need to do that if you did today would make you proud of you? Let me know, put it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in a video and you promise, you commit to taking action, give me a #believe down in the comments below. I wanna celebrate you.
We've been taught how to serve others, sometimes to the detriment of our own selves. Sometimes we serve others higher than we serve ourselves. At times we feel more comfortable with saying yes to other people and less comfortable saying yes to our own self-care. So I ask you, what is that about? It's about the opportunity to fall madly in love with you. The way you love those around you, to fall madly in love with your well-being, to fall madly in love with who you are when you get up from taking care of yourself. When you rise from a nap, or you rise from a spa day, or when you leave the gym, to fall madly in love with that level of excellence. And when you do, what you'll do is give to everyone else around you a better version of you. So oftentimes we sacrifice our own well-being because we're being what I call the sacrificial martyr. And I know that was me. I would serve everybody else, and everyone else would go, oh, I just don't have any time for Lisa. Well, that's the story we tell. I actually didn't believe that I deserved to have a day off. I didn't believe that I deserved to have a spa day. I didn't believe that I deserved to take a long walk on the beach. Something in me kept saying that I hadn't done enough. I hadn't achieved enough. I hadn't gotten far enough. So it actually had little to do with the people around me that I was blaming it on or using as my out. My child, my parents, my family, my community. It had to do with Lisa, giving Lisa the chance to actually enjoy the journey while still on it.
If you want to know Jordan Peterson's view on making sacrifices, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Before you can be a painter who can paint what's beyond mere memory, you have to inculcate that discipline skill, and a lot of that is painful repetition.